Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you guys can see by the title, you guys know where this video is going. Yes, the car is being sold. This is a car that honestly I would have liked to keep, but at the same time it's a car that I don't need at the moment. I have a lot of plans, I have a lot of goals, and getting rid of this car is just gonna free up some cash flow for me. I can kind of go all out on the E46 if I really wanted to, which I kind of do. As much as I love these cars, one, they look really nice, super aggressive. Two, they're comfortable enough to be a daily. They get decent gas mileage. Three, it's fast just for what it, factory. You don't even have to tune it and the car is already quick enough to have fun. But at the same time, it looks a lot like all the other F80s out there. Unless you start going crazy into these cars, like getting a bigger wing, doing a roll cage, doing an expensive set of wheels that's gonna be a little bit more unique. Roll cage, you kind of have to start cutting into the carpet, drilling into the car. And those are things that I didn't feel like I was ready to commit to on a car at this that costs this much. Other people do, other people got more money, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't have the money to feel comfortable enough to cut into the car and feel like I'm okay about it. The market is ridiculous. This is really the right time for me to sell, and I just figured I'd give you guys my opinion on why I'm selling it. It's hard to say no on a market where I can pretty much have driven the car for free and maybe even profit a little bit out of the car, which is ridiculous. That's never gonna happen. I can't say if the cars are gonna drop back in value or not, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. And then in the future, if everything goes right, like I plan on things going, then maybe I can get another one. I can get a individual color, which would be the ideal solution. I might as well just make this into one video, because the next video is just gonna be me taking the car apart, like in different days. Like in the next 3 days, I'm gonna be taking everything off. The vinyl and the hood is actually gonna stay. I think I'm gonna try to sell the car like that, and I might have a couple people interested in it already, but if not, worst case scenario, I think I will be selling it back to the dealership or a dealership. So I think I can get a reasonable amount from them as well. We're gonna be swapping back to the factory wheel. We're gonna be taking my phone mount off, my radar out. We're gonna be taking these carbon seat backs out. Hopefully I can take them out in one piece and not break anything. That's the scary part. So, and then after that, we're taking out the diffuser, the carbon, the wheels. We're putting the stock ones back on, and the stock ones were supposed to be for the E46, but that's if I would have kept this car. But since this car has to go, the wheels gotta go. So now we gotta find another set of wheels for the E46. Front lip has to go. The hood is gonna stay because I might find a buyer or might have a buyer for this car. But aside from that, the springs are gonna stay, unless the dealership, if I end up selling to the dealership, unless they want me to take them off, then I will take them off. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave them because I don't wanna mess with it, because then I gotta take them off and then have to go get the car aligned. And then obviously I'm not really gonna make anything in profit because the alignment is usually like 100, 150. The exhaust is gonna have to come off. I gotta go pick up my factory exhaust. These are gonna have to come off. By the time you guys see this video, it's probably gonna be after the weekend, because that's when everything's gonna be gone. And who knows, maybe this will be the video where I tell you guys that the car is gone too. But the spoiler is gonna be staying on the car. I really don't want to try to remove this because it is on the vinyl, and I'm scared that the vinyl might lift if I remove the spoiler. So this spoiler is staying. Really nice spoiler. This is probably my favorite spoiler for the F chassis. So CS guys, linked in the description down below from Souvenir. All this was from Souvenir. This was actually from a private seller. But anyways, enough talking. Let me go ahead and get to work. We got the carbon seat backs out without an issue. They came out in one piece without breaking. So now we gotta work on the front lip, side skirts, rear diffuser, and the wheels. And if everything goes quickly, then I'm gonna be able to work on the charge pipes, because the charge pipes actually have to come back out. I didn't want to leave them because the price that I was getting for the car, it wasn't really gonna matter. So he technically say that he prefers the stock ones because this car is actually going to a dealership. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now taking our last drive, or what could potentially be our last drive, in the F80 M3. I do want to apologize about my voice. I have been losing it in the past couple of days and it sucks. So you guys might have been able to hear whenever I started the video. So I didn't really record too much after that because I was on a time crunch. Like I had work, and then I had to come home and work on the car, take the stuff off, and then just, you know, part everything out, make sure I do it properly and not rush it so I don't ruin the vinyl. Everything came out perfectly fine, and everything is pretty much sold already. I had somebody pick up the tail lights yesterday. Somebody came and got the carbon earlier, and then tomorrow somebody's picking up the wheels and the exhaust, which was pretty much about everything. I do have the charge pipes. I actually ended up taking them out. I can't remember if I mentioned that I was going to leave them or not, but they did come off. I put them back, and the car is completely stock, so whoever gets it, hopefully they enjoy it and kind of make it their own. They got like a nice little canvas to start with. It's got the GTS hood and the CS spoiler, and the Laguna Seca wrap, which is amazing color. I'm gonna miss it. I kind of want to wrap the E46 in that color, but at the same time I want to do something different, so we'll see what route we take. Maybe in the future I'll wrap something in the same color, but yeah guys, I'll show you guys the car real quick once we get to the dealership. They made an offer on the car unseen, so I hope they stick to it, and I feel very confident in the car, so I think we should be good. It's actually a better offer than what other people were offering me, which is kind of sad. Like private buyers, they were offering me less, and that's even with all the parts. So it is what it is. Like, you know, I'll sell it to a dealership. I don't really care. But yeah, I'll get with you guys once we get there. Alright guys, well, she's gone. There you go. Peace. Take the chicken run. So as you guys can see, I sold the F80 M3. I'm currently in the E46 with my saggy headliner that's back there. That's all gonna get fixed eventually. But I figured I would owe you guys an explanation. I've gotten a lot of messages asking me why or what I'm getting next. So I figured I would put this at the end of this video. I didn't really record too much because if you guys noticed in the previous clip, my voice was kind of off, and it's still not fully there, but I was having issues with my voice over the weekend, so I really did not want to talk too much, even though I talked more than I should have. While I was getting the exhaust taken off, you know, I was talking to my friend for quite a while the whole time that we were there. And then Sunday was just even worse. So I've been waiting on my voice to kind of get better, and it's been a few days now, so now I can finally make this for you guys. And the reason why I got rid of the F80 was because, like I had mentioned, I believe I mentioned it before, like I pretty much did almost everything that I wanted to do to that car, aside from a couple aesthetic changes. Like I would have probably changed the wheels, changed the side skirt extensions, and changed the front lip. That's the only thing that I would have done to that car differently. I was gonna get into performance mods, and I just felt like it's not really gonna be worth it for me. Like, there's no point for me to invest that money, which I know I'm not gonna get back, and I really do not need all that power. Like, I had the car for almost a year, and I only had an encounter with 1 or 2 people like the whole time, and it was just a friendly run, so it was nothing serious. Obviously, like, I don't go out and doing pulls with people like constantly, like every weekend or every other weekend. Like, that's not really my thing. Like, that's something that I did when I was younger, and you know, I'm happy to say that I never really did anything stupid. Obviously, I didn't have a fast car at that time, but you know, yeah, it's fun here and there, and if you do that type of stuff and that's your thing, that's fine. Just, you know, be cautious of your surroundings and everything else going on. So certain people do certain things when it comes to the channel, and when I got the M3, I knew that it was not gonna do good when it came to views, that's why I have the F30. The F30, if I would have kept it, obviously there was a lot more things that I could have done to that car, and part of me kind of wishes that I would have kept it. But if I didn't get rid of it, I would have never been, well, I wouldn't say never, it's just I wouldn't have had the chance to experience of driving an M3, having it in your garage, and being able to getting in that car and driving off to places. And I got to drive to New Jersey. It was a great car to drive. It's a great daily driver if you really want to keep it as a daily. But for me, it was just something that it came to a point that before I made the decision, I noticed that the car sat in the garage for almost 2 weeks without getting driven. Drove it one day, parked it in the garage again for like another week, and that's when I realized the car pretty much sat for almost a month. I didn't do anything to the car, and I try to give myself a little extra boost by doing the charge pipes and maybe kind of figuring out if I wanted to do performance mods. And then I just realized, I was like, you know what, I need to do something else. Like, I need to change things up. And so similar, pretty much whatever I did to the F80 was what I did to the F30 when it came to aesthetic mods. So I wanted to do a little bit of something different. I really enjoyed swapping the front bumper on the F30, the hood, you know, things like where the direction that I was going with that car. Well, I've had these ideas going on for a while now, and that's part of the reason why I got this car. I wanted to build something that was more relatable, something that more people could feel that they could build themselves if they really wanted to. When I was at the Key show, I had people come up to me and say like, oh, I got this idea from your videos. And when it comes to the M3, things were very limited. Yeah, people appreciated the car, but I didn't really get that response that I enjoyed from me being able to inspire other people. And yes, I have gotten messages where people, you know, they'll end up telling me that they hope that one day they can follow my footsteps and get a F80 M3 or a F82. And if that's what, you know, they want to do, that's perfectly fine. Like, some people just like to have the car and leave the car almost fully stock. Like, some people just lower it, throw some wheels on it, exhaust, and a front lip, and call it a day. Like, no more mods after that. Me, on the other hand, I like to tinker with things, mess around, replace things, upgrade things. So a lot of the newer cars, you're very limited to what you can do unless you're willing to drop heavy cash to take it to the next level. So once you buy a new car, you can do the simple bolt-ons, and then you have to drop a good amount of cash to take it to the next level. But at the same time, you're depreciating the value of that new expensive car that you got. So it's one of those things where you kind of got to see what's for you, what's not for you. So I decided to kind of take it back to where I started, which I really enjoy. Like, I had a Lexus IS300, I had an Infiniti G35 that I kind of built from nothing to something that was nice and that was appreciated by different kinds of people. But that's pretty much where I'm at, guys. The E46 is something that I'm going to be building, and I know people are asking what's next. People are expecting me to upgrade to G80, G82, Porsche. Those cars are nice, but when I had the F80, I was like, there's really not any other car that I can see myself driving that's more expensive than this. And even at that point, even if I did get something more expensive, I'm probably gonna get bored, because when it comes to modding higher end cars, it is not cheap. You're very limited to what you can do, unless you just want to throw the value out the window, which is obviously I'm not there financially to be able to do that. So we're just gonna continue with the 46, and then I'm gonna take a few months, consider if there's any newer cars that I want to mess with, and we'll just kind of take it from there. I have a couple in mind, but I'm just gonna wait it out for now. There's a lot of things that I want to do to this car, so that's where we're gonna continue. So hopefully that answers all your questions, and stay tuned, because I got more content that I've recorded but haven't edited. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.